Well, we're back on the DAX this morning. And a warm welcome to one and all. And for those of you who have not seen me before, my name is Langers, and I am the overgrown child that is the Scruffy Trade. And what I'm trying to do is kind of do a series of videos showing you how to trade before you go to work, because it's very early in the morning. It's around 7:15, 10 to 7 in the morning at this moment, and I'm going to trade the DAX. And it's something I've done for kind of the last week or so. I'm going to run it through the end of the month. And the idea is to place one trade, one setup, just before you go to work, and see if you can generate some money. See if I can maybe make £1,000 or so over a little period. So if that sounds good, click the little subscribe button, smash the like, genuinely helps, and let's see where we're up to. Okay, so let me get my screens on. So we're on the DAX, as we can see. It's all zoned out. We will be going short this morning. And as you can see, see the marks we have been working from the last few days. It's gone up, danced around, it shot down yesterday, had a sell-off. It tried to push up. It's tagged the green zone that I've marked in. It's moved away and it's coming, but it seems to be coming back. Okay, so I'll drop this down onto a 5-minute. Now I'm using what's called a rotation system. And with a rotation, unlike sort of some of the trades that you see me do, it's a burst. It's a quick burst early morning, and that is it. So let's see what the scores on the doors are, because it's sort of just after 10 to DAX. There we are. Okay, so we'll get this filled in. So it's the 24th today. Or balance 549.89. We're still on a high risk factor because we had no other choice. There we go. So what's this? This is the scores on the doors. What it's telling us is we've had 5 clean days up to today with 1 scratch, because there's 1 day we didn't trade at all. The conditions weren't there. We started with 500. We're up to 549.89. So we've increased quite well over the last sort of 5 days, and I'm moving the position up ever so slightly, and this section here is our target. Now the way it works is very simple. I look to achieve, well, it started with that lot. I put an initial goal for sort of 12 months of £2,000, which works out to $7.69 a day. Originally it was 1.5, but as the balance grows, this little target grows with it, compounding effect. And I like to see if I beat the target, and I will increase the bid if I achieve more than 15 or more pips, and that's what that's there for in this, but I'll explain that at the end. And we're averaging 18 pips a trade, so that's all right. I kind of live with that. So there we are. Like I say, we're going to be going short. These videos are going to be very quick and bouncy, and that's it. So what I'll do is I'll pause the camera now. I'll come back at 7. The reason why we start at 7 o'clock is, well, markets spread tighten up. Before 7 it's quite expensive, but once 7 comes, the market kind of starts to accelerate a little bit, so the spreads tighten, and it's that acceleration we're looking for. So I'll come back in a couple of minutes and we'll start looking to put a trade in.
Well, we're waiting.
Okay guys, so coming back, it is 1 minute to 7, and it's looking good. Now, I'm half expecting this to bounce away to start with. But if not, I'm going to put an order sort of on this line that's in the middle of this zone, because there'll be enough space to get to the first stage. Ideally, we want to get down into this lot somehow. That's the plan. So let us see. So we've got a few seconds left. So start. So we are going to be selling this. So I'll just put that on that line for now. There we go. There's the market. There's the burst upwards that I was half expecting. Kind of put the target there for now. So devil's advocate in the middle. Right, up she goes. So I'm just going to let it hold a second. Stops, I always hide them behind zones. Very, very systematic and easy to spot. So what I'm going to do, rather than just ramble on, the play is going to be short into this area. As the price moves away, I'll try and trail the order underneath it. The idea is I always let price come to me. I never chase the markets. And that way, I kind of control it a little bit. But I also get a better price. So what I'll do is I'll just let the camera speed up a little bit, and then I'll come back to you at the end. Okay? And that was that, guys. Job done. This side's telling me it's time to get out. It's hit the first stage target. I did try and hold it because it seemed to be surging down to maybe get into stage 2 or 3. It still might do it actually, but at the moment, as you can see, if I didn't sort of pull the trigger, it would have just stopped me out anyway. But I saw that it was going to spike, so I just killed it. And why? Because the money was bagged. Anything past 15 pips is a good day. So let's see what that day is. Let's have a look. It's all right. 30 quid or 62 pip, 62 pence bid for a pip. Live with that. And what happened? Well, as I initially said at the start, I kind of believe that this is going to go to the upside first, but my general consensus was it was coming down. Put in a first stage target. That's kind of roughly where I always want it to go. And the seconds are just because we're dealing in volatile times of the morning, it can spike, poof. And the idea of the second and third stage is that it'll push through and catch hold of it. but the first stage is always where you want to be. Now, in a situation like this, it's a case of not being greedy. Followed the price up to get a better price. Yeah, I had to sit in a little bit of heat. But it wasn't that bad in the grand scheme of things, you know, it was only 20, 25 pips. But I got more than that on the plus side. So the risk reward is worth it. And that's the key point. I don't mind an inverse risk reward, and I genuinely look at stops and profit taking separately, and that protects my account, because when you're trying to do all of these ratios of 2 to 1 and 3 to 1 all the time, for me it might work for you, but it certainly doesn't work for me. And personally, I just think it's horseshit. I genuinely do, because it forces you into being regimental on something that isn't regimental. Because a chart, as much as you want it to be sort of mechanical, you put your position here, you put your stop there, and your profit taken down here, and away you go. It's not as simple as that, because these are living, breathing things, and they're not regimental. All you're doing at that point is just playing a probability gambling game, and that's why you lose. Because ultimately the old allergy wins. The house always wins, you know, and that's what wins out all the time. And brokers know this, and that's why you lose. You know, what you need to do is be able to read the conditions of what's going on. That's what I do. I read the conditions. I have a general idea, so I pick my idea of direction, and then I manage the trade, as you've just seen. And that's what I do on a daily basis. So let's fill the sheet in. Let's have a quick look at this. That's the DAX. So we were 62. So today was 30.63. There was no split, so that's going to be 30.63. And it's another clean day on the rotation. We were 22 quid over what we were intending to achieve, and we've pushed the balance up considerably. And on the next trade, we now move up that to 65p. So what's happening over and over is the compounding effect is increasing the pot and bid, but it's also increasing the target, because anything over that is a good target. So the next trade, if we look at this, will be 589.23. So 871 is our next target. Obviously that's just a benchmark. The more we get, the better. Okay, and benchmarks are good because they do help you with your targets. You know, I'm a target driven trader rather than sort of just letting it run and pray. That's like, this is how it works. So there we go. Happy days. Lange can go to work. Well, actually he's not, because I'm still having my slack week. Kind of ends tomorrow. So I'm going to go off to breakfast and have my little Mackie D, because I do like a McDonald's breakfast, and enjoy the rest of the day. So I hope this is kind of making sense to you guys. I genuinely do. I'm always interested in your comments below, and I genuinely answer every one of them. And we'll just see how it goes. So trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you on the next one.